Thank you for staying with us. Now, residents of Konongo and surrounding areas in the Asante-Achem South municipality of the Ashanti region are facing potential water shortages as the Owerri River, a key water source, has reportedly stopped flowing. The Ghana Water Company Limited has disclosed that the river, already heavily polluted by illegal mining activity, has become significantly more turbid over the past 2 months. This has drastically reduced water pressure to the local treatment plant, threatening a decline in water supply to households across the municipality. Meanwhile, the Oda River, which supplies water to Obuasi and its environs, is also experiencing extreme turbidity levels. Dr. Hansen Mensah Akute, the Ashanti Regional Manager of the Ghana Water Company Limited, has more on this issue.
Galamsey, I don't know when I just come to stay. And for the past 2 months, it's been worsened.
Wow.
Yeah. What this means is that I think because of the way things went over the past month to this time, people probably had the carry that they can do anything without anybody sanctioning them. And I believe that has actually worsened the situation for us. Currently, one of our worst river we have at Odaso and then the Konongo. Odaso is registering around 18,000 NTU of turbidity from 8,000.
From 8,000?
From 8,000.
To what?
To 18,000.
What space are we talking about?
Within the space of 2 months.
Within the space of 2 months?
Yes.
We've moved from 8 to 18,000. Wow.
Yes.
Odaso is the one that connects to Obuasi.
Obuasi.
Wow. Yeah,
and then the Konongo one has also moved from 5,000 to 12,000. But the Konongo one, as I'm speaking to you now, the river is even defunct. In other words, it has stopped flowing. So what it means is that that river is no more functional. And what it means in the nearest future is that if it continues for a long while, the people of Konongo may not even have water at all because there's not even a single drop of water in the river to abstract for treatment.
Now, colleges of education teachers say they will not show up in class when school reopens in the coming weeks after the government failed to implement staff migration and pay compensation for all year-round work as directed by a National Labour Commission arbitral award last year. Now, the teachers have set a Friday deadline for the government to fulfill its obligations or face significant industrial action, which could disrupt teaching and learning in the colleges. Here's President of CTAG, Maxwell Bunu.
I cannot tell exactly what the challenge is on the part of government. We have attended over 40 meetings and still counting. And there has been one promise after another for our issues to be resolved, and they are never being resolved. So probably the government side should be telling the public what exactly the challenges are. We have been meeting them. They will tell us that they will finish with the data that they have collated. They want to correct errors. And here we are. Still, we have not been migrated. We are placing this call to government, that's the outgoing government, because they were with us. They started this negotiation with us. They understood the issue better. So we are calling on them, appealing to them that we have come far with this issue. Members across the 46 colleges of education are not happy. They are very angry, my sister.
Indeed, they are.
So they need to just get members migrated onto the university salary structure so that come 13th January 2025, we can go back to our various colleges and start our work.
But Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission, Ofosu Asamoah, says though they have not been served with the intention to strike by the agitating teachers, they will take steps to avert the industrial action.
Yes, I have not received a formal letter from them, but I've heard it in the news that they will be declaring a strike because the award that was given them has not been paid.
What's the NLC intending to do about it?
Oh, yeah, when there is non-compliance of our orders, we seek enforcement from the court. So at the moment, Christmas is just around the corner. So when we resume in January, we will take the necessary action to make sure that there is compliance.
But they say they will embark on their strike on 31st of this month.
Well, I don't know, but 31st or the 1st is a holiday. So from the 2nd when we return, I'm sure that we will take the necessary action. However, having heard from the news, we are going to be, I'm in the office now, we are going to work on it and see what the intervention we can make before the time.
And our next story, the overlord of the Waala state, Nafuseni Seidu Pelpo, has posited the massive victory achieved by President-elect John Dramani Mahama was not by accident, but a calculated action based on their experience of your service in that position, as well as the plausibility of his campaign message. Now, at a press conference held to congratulate him on the overwhelming victory, he asserted that he was not oblivious of the Herculean task ahead of him, but was with strong conviction that the tenacity of purpose backed by the goodwill of Ghanaians, he would ride the storm successfully. Joy News' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam sat through the press conference and reports now from Wa.
The press conference was attended by 4 paramount chiefs, some divisional and sub-chiefs, landlords and frocos of the Waala state. Also present were some representatives of the Yarana and the chief imam that form with the Waala Overlord, the local tribal system of governance in the Waala state. Reading the statement on behalf of the Waala Overlord, Nafuseni Seidu Pelpo IV, spokesperson and chief of Jimpen, Nakadir Ibrahim, congratulated President-elect John Dramani Mahama on the massive victory chalked during December 7 polls. He posited that the overwhelming victory achieved at the polls was not by accident, but a calculated action based on their experience of his service in that position, as well as the plausibility of his campaign message.
Your almost self-effacing humility, candor, and sincerity resonated well with the people of Ghana. We are taking this opportunity to congratulate Your Excellency Napoba Kole na John Dramani Mahama on your outstanding victory at the 7th December elections 2024, the type of which has never been recorded in the country. Ghanaians have not only reposed their full trust in you, but have also demonstrated it in a very clear and unambiguous manner. While congratulating you, Your Excellency, for this remarkable feat, we are confident that you will meet the expectations of Ghanaians. We know you will be guided by your own past experience on the seat, as well as the reasons for which Ghanaians gave you this overwhelming endorsement.
While congratulating him for the overwhelming endorsement, they are not oblivious of the Herculean task ahead of him. They are, however, hopeful with the tenacity of purpose backed by the goodwill of Ghanaians, he will ride the storm successfully.
We are not oblivious of the fact that the beginning will be a Herculean task as a result of where we are coming from. But with your tenacity of purpose, backed by the goodwill of Ghanaians, you will ride the storm successfully. We wish you Allah's guidance and protection in your onerous duty to reset the Republic of Ghana. Congratulations, Your Excellency, Napoba Kole na John Dramani Mahama. We also wish you and your family, as well as all Ghanaians, a peaceful and happy Yuletide.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wa.
Up next, the School of Medical Sciences at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is targeting the establishment of more lecture halls for its growing population of medical students. Management of the school has observed a critical need for an ultra-modern facility to accommodate more students and enhance the study and practice of medicine in Ghana. The project is part of the school's targeted initiatives for its anniversary celebration since its establishment 5 decades ago. There's more in this report.
The KNUST School of Medical Sciences has since its establishment in 1975 produced over 4,000 medical doctors across the country. With commitment to excellence and quality healthcare delivery in Ghana, the school is looking to upgrade its teaching and learning facilities to bridge the doctor-to-patient deficits. The building is expected to be constructed at the Konongo Teaching Hospital, which is the school's center for practical medicine education. Speaking at the pre-launch of the school's 50th anniversary celebration, Dean of the School of Medical Sciences, Professor Akwesi Enchikusi, highlighted plans to establish a modern facility for clinical students at the school.
As our anniversary project, we want to build an ultra-modern lecture theatre and office complex at Konongo Teaching Hospital. And we expect each alumni to at least donate 1,000 cedis towards this project. I would at this juncture like to reach out to all alumni here present and away with a heartfelt appeal to support and give back to your alma mater, which has played a vital role in shaping your journey to success. The class of 1993 came up with the idea of this pre-anniversary launch and also sponsored the entire program.
The project forms part of the lineup activities and targets of the school in celebrating its 50th anniversary since its inception. As the medical space evolves, Provost of the College of Health at the KNUST, Professor Christian Ajari, is admonishing the adoption of innovative approaches to adapt to the changing sector.
As the school reflects on its 5 decades of achievements, we also look forward with hope and determination. The challenges of modern healthcare calls for greater innovation, collaboration, and resilience. The College of Health Sciences stands ready to support the School of Medical Sciences in meeting these challenges.
The pre-anniversary launch saw the presentation of a traditional umbrella, king's stool and ceremonial sword to the school by the 1993 alumni group. The items will be used in the investiture of new future deans of the KNUST School of Medical Sciences. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Quick.
Now, the director of the New Day Foundation, Nana Kwame Fosu-Boateng, has described education as the only sustainable gift parents can give their children. Speaking at the Maiden Christmas Kids Educational Fun Fair at Adroba in the Tano North District, Nana Boateng said those stakeholders would occasionally offer support. Parents had to deliberately invest in their children's education for sustainable community development. Precious Semivo has more.
Community in the Tano North District of the Hafo region to ensure a memorable Christmas celebration for community pupils, and not-for-profit organization New Day Foundation and partners organized the Maiden Christmas Kids Educational Fair, sponsored by 3 local contractors of Newmont Ahafo North project. The pupils were involved in activities including dancing, singing, poetry recitals, musical chairs, bouncy castle, and face painting, with food and drinks, back-to-school packs with pens, pencils, exercise books, and mathematical sets for about 900 beneficiaries to support their educational needs. Nana Kwame Fosu-Boateng is the director of the New Day Foundation.
The time during which we are organizing this event is Christmas, and we got to know that there's never been this kids fun party, and so we're like, okay, why don't we kill 2 birds with 1 stone? So aside sharing these educational materials to the kids, why don't we throw a party for all the kids gathered here? And so it's all meant to give them educational materials and also help them or sponsor them to have fun during this festive period.
He called on parents to see investment into their children's education as a sustainable gift for development.
So far as these 3 companies are having jobs to do from Newmont, they are encouraged to be organizing activities that they call corporate social responsibilities. And so we are very confident that in terms of sustainability, events such as this has come to stay. We've come not to, as it were, take over their burden or their responsibility entirely. We've come to provide support and also to inspire the kids. The lands are getting finished, so the most sustainable gift you can leave for your kid is education. And so there's no better gift than educating your child. So we are encouraging parents to do everything possible to support their children through the basic school all the way to the highest height in education as they can give, because education is the most worthy assets that they can leave their kids.
Adonten Hine of Adroba, Nana Edu Brimpon, urged the pupils to take advantage of the support to secure a brighter future. Precious Semevo, Joy News, Adroba.
With Christmas just about a day away, traders in parts of Accra are expressing frustration over the slow pace of sales. The anticipated festive rush is yet to materialize, leaving many worried about low patronage during what is typically their busiest season. Joy News caught up with some of these traders to hear their concerns.
The goods are really expensive. When I complained, they said it was due to the exchange rates and the depreciation of the cedi against the CFA. That's why they are unable to buy wares, which has made things more expensive. I came to buy dresses for children, rice and other items, but it's not easy. 2,000 Ghana cedis was not enough. So we are pleading with the incoming government to do something about it.
This year,
because the traders are complaining about the exchange rate. We complained about this issue last year, but this year it's worse. We don't know whether it's because of the elections or not. They keep increasing the prices and it's expensive, but people are compelled to buy regardless. The exchange rate is not favorable, so goods are very expensive and people are not buying as quickly as they should. People would have been buying in bulk, but that's not the case. People are complaining that the goods are expensive. We are begging the government to intervene and help reduce the cost for us so we can afford these items and take care of our children.
Well, time now for our business updates and our first story. Financial economist Dr. Benjamin Amwa has joined calls for the Bank of Ghana to increase the capital requirement of banks to strengthen their financial position. He is of the view that the current capital requirement of 400 million cedis is too low to support Ghana's economic recovery.
You know, around that time, non-performing loans were high, and some of the banks were indeed struggling in terms of operations. And as a central bank, if you have banks that are having difficulties, you don't want to keep these difficult or struggling banks in the system because of the contagion effect that it can have on the entire banking system. So clearly, with the central bank having the details of the extent of trouble or the extent of difficulties within the banking sector at that point in time, there was a need for some form of, cleansing or some form of reform to take place. What they did was to increase the minimum capital. One of the conditions was to increase the minimum capital from 120 million to 400 million. That was one of the strategies to build the muscles or the balance sheets of the entire banking sector at that point in time. As we speak now, we may even have to revisit that particular decision and increase the capital base of the banks again, looking at what has happened over time and the fact that price levels have increased and the CD has weakened over time. So it is indeed true that there was a need for the cleanup to take place.
Now, a professional services firm, Deloitte, is forecasting a further decline in inflation in 2025 due to a more stable cedi and falling domestic food prices. According to the leading global firm, inflation will average 11.9% next year. This report has more.
Ghana's inflation declined in 6 of the 11 months so far in 2024, thanks partly to the effect of high interest rates. As of November 2024, the country's inflation rate was 23%, a far cry from the government's year-end target of 15%. Ghana's 11 months of 2024 inflation average is 22.85%, down from 2023's average of 40.28%. Deloitte West Africa revealed this in its sneak preview of 2025. It explained that the declining trend is projected to continue in 2025 at an average of 11.9%. This is still above the upper band of the Bank of Ghana's 8% plus or minus 2% inflation target. It added that a more stable cedi easing domestic food prices and warning supply-side pressures will contribute to the projected decline in Ghana's inflation rate.
Well, thank you for staying with us. It's a wrap for business and the overall news. But up next, we'll be serving you the news review. Echo Vincent Asefwa is Deputy Minister for Local Government. He is also the Member of Parliament for Otafo. We're also joined by Amanda Clinton, Head of Chambers at Clinton Consultancy. We'll be right back.